I am Shivaji Bhaskar, Faculty of Russian at the School of Foreign Languages, IGNOU. I welcome you all to this course, Basics of Russian Communication Skills, Part 2. As you remember that in our previous modules, we have discussed about various aspects of the Russian grammar and phonetics. We have also learned about the rules of the pronunciation as well as certain important aspects of the Russian case system. We have also been using a lot of text and dialogues from different situations so that our learners can understand how the conversational Russian can help them in communicating Russian in day-to-day life. As a very important pedagogical tool, these text and dialogues have been selected so that you can not only learn about the basics of Russian grammar or phonetics, but at the same time understand and use various expressions of Russian in a very creative manner. Accordingly, in the previous module, we have discussed about the text "Телефон принадлежит женщинам", which means telephone belongs to the ladies. As this is a conversation between two friends over the telephone, you can see that what kind of different expressions they do use and what kind of conversation they have. As it is one of the most important aspect of one's life that while talking on phone, what kind of different expressions in which different cases do we use, and suppose if you want to talk about something about your life, about your office, that what are the verbs, what are the expressions which we generally use in our conversation. As in the previous module, we were doing its analysis, which actually means that what kind of different words, nouns, adjectives, pronouns, adverbs, verbs in conjugated forms, in present tense, in past tense, in future tense, as well as which are the most popular expressions of Russian which we use in these kind of situations. As the most of the expressions which we are using in the text have been explained with the help of many different examples. Now, in this particular module, we shall take it further and look at the expressions which we use in this text. So, as you remember that a very popular expression which we used in Russian is "К сожалению", which means unfortunately, and afterwards you complete the sentence. So, in Russian, if you want to show regret or if you are sorry, then you can always use this important expression and remember how to use it with the sentence. "К сожалению, телевизор не работает". So, it would be always in negation because you are showing regret. So, if you remember, depending upon the context, please use it as oftenly as you can, but always remember that it would always be used in negation. К сожалению, это любовь с первого взгляда. Unfortunately, this is love с первого взгляда, at first sight. Но только с твоей стороны, no, but only from your side. Он даже не знает, как тебя зовут. He doesn't even know what is your name. Rita, ты, наверное, ревнуешь. You most likely or you probably jealous. So, наверное is a very important expression in Russian which you can use to indicate most probably, most likely. So, like these kind of expressions. Поэтому так говоришь. To say that is why, as you must be knowing, we use поэтому, and answer would always be поэтому так говоришь. So, the question is почему она так говоришь, поэтому она так говоришь. So, depending upon the usage in the sentence, use these two together. Почему? Потому что. Нет, дорогая, я тебя люблю и хочу, чтобы ты думала нормально. Ты сумасшедшая. In Russian, suppose in a very in informal way, friends, they always talk to each other. Ti sashla suma means you have gone crazy. Ti sashol suma, you have gone crazy for female and for male. So depending upon that, you have to be very careful while using these expressions, as these are absolutely not formal way of communication Russian. So be very sure that whether you can use this word with the person you are talking to, depending upon your relation. Это я сумасшедшая. So here you can see that how she is using the intonation. Это я сумасшедшая. She is saying in an interrogative manner that is it me who have gone mad or gone crazy? Приду на работу, покажу тебе, какая я сумасшедшая. I'll come to the work or I'll come to the office, I'll show you how crazy I am. Then you can see that since it is a conversation, so there is a humor, ha ha ha. So in Russian, as you know, we have the letter h, so it replaces the letter of English h, and it means ha ha ha. So the person is laughing. Nina не сердись. Не сердись means сердиться means to get angry. Не сердись. Ты не сердись. And if it is вы не сердитесь. Приходи быстрее. Приходи быстрее. Come along, come quickly. Быстро means quick. Быстрее, quickly. So here you can see that how these different expressions can be used. They are in comparative. Мне без тебя скучно. I am getting bored without you. Без вас, без тебя, без него. Like this, you can make different expressions. So whenever we use the expression без, it is always without. Suppose in Russian you have various expressions like tea without milk, chai без молока, or chai без сахара, tea without sugar. So like this you can use the important expression без. Не шути надо мной. Снова иначе. Don't make fun of me otherwise. Нет, нет, извини меня. Слушай, директор идет ко мне. No, извини меня means sorry, excuse me. So извини, извините, простите, these expressions are very important in Russian. So whenever you traveled, you always use the word извините, excuse me. Suppose if you want to ask somebody or if you want to get through, then always use the word извините. However, depending upon the relation, the closeness with the person, you can use извини, because that's for the ты. Слушай, директор идет ко мне. Director is coming towards me. Ко мне. Я кладу трубку. I'm just putting the phone down. Увидимся после обеда. Let's meet after lunch. Пока. Пока. Пока is a very informal way of saying bye. However, in Russian you have seen that we use до свидания. Через 5 минут Rita звонит домой. So we have already seen in the previous module that how do we use the expression через 2 минуты. So now minut has been conjugated as per the rules of the grammar for genitive, since we are counting the numerals. So одна минута, 2 минуты, 3 минуты, 4 минуты, 5 минут. So через 5 минут Rita звонит домой. After 5 minutes, Rita calls home. Алло, мама, привет, это Рита. Да, Рита, слушаю тебя. Мама, что ты делаешь? Ничего, просто смотрю фильм по телевизору. Какой фильм? So here Rita is calling at home and talking to the mother. You can see that what kind of sentences do we have constructed here. Mama, привет. So in place of здравствуйте, we have used привет, which is a very casual hello in Russian. For among family, among friends, we use привет more often than здравствуйте. And слушаю тебя, что ты делаешь. So all the constructions, if you see that we are using in the form of ты. Then ничего, просто смотрю фильм по телевизору. Nothing much, просто смотрю фильм по телевизору, on the television. So after using per телевизор, which is a masculine gender word, changes into телевизору. So depending upon that context, if you want to use any other word, please pay attention to the ending and the gender and then convert. Твой любимый фильм «Большая перемена». Your favorite film, любимый. Любимый is basically an adjective, your favorite film, from the word любовь, which means love, and you can see that how from noun to adjective, adjective to noun we can change. So like this, here for the film we have used любимый, most loved, and now as a standard translation we are changing it as favorite. Большая перемена, which means big turn. Как жаль. So here you can see the exclamation, which means whenever we use жаль, как жаль, серьезно. So like this you can put an exclamation mark to show that you are surprised. Как жаль, how sad. Почему они показывают хорошие фильмы, когда меня нет дома? When do they always show good films when I am not at home? So she is getting surprised on that. That is why exclamation. Ну пока, мамочка, перезвоню потом. So all right, mother, bye for now. I'll just call later. Через 2 минуты звонит телефон. After 2 minutes, phone is ringing. Алло, слушаю вас. Yes, I am listening to you. Привет, Ritachka. So here you can see from Rita we have changed the word to Ritachka, like mama, mamachka. So Ritachka is with affection. Что ты делаешь? What are you doing? У тебя телефон все время занят. Your phone is always busy. So the word zanit, you can see we always use it for person as well. On zanit, he is busy. Telephone zanit, the telephone is busy. And even for when you travel to Russia, if you go to other places in a restaurant or in a hotel, if you want to go to suppose places, and if it is written zanit, means it's busy or it is occupied. Even sometimes in trains, in planes, in other places, in ships, you can always find this expression very important. Извините, сейчас это занят. Excuse me, this is busy right now, which means I am already there, please wait for some time. So otherwise you can use the other sentence that подождите, пожалуйста, wait please. So these are different expressions which we can use in different context. Я уже больше часа стараюсь, но никак не могу дозвониться. I am already trying, стараться, to try. Я стараюсь. So I am trying for how long? Уже больше часа, already for more than an hour. Но никак не могу дозвониться. So from the verb moch, which means to can, я не могу, I am unable to, I cannot, дозвониться, to call through. Ох, Сережа, ты не сердись. So here we have used the construction Сережа for the girl. Ох, Сережа, ты не сердись. So it is a very affectionate name for Sergei, for people who are friends with. So they are using the word Сережа. Ты не сердись. Просто я очень занята. Все время клиенты звонят и не дают мне покоя. So please don't get angry, Сережа. Просто я очень занята, because she is saying, that is why zanita. For a man it is zanit. Ya очень занят, она очень занята. Они очень заняты. Все время клиенты. Клиенты is clients. Звонят, calling. И не дают мне покоя. They are not giving me peace. Покоя, from the word покой. Мне не дают покоя. Но ты же должна была мне позвонить утром. But you were supposed to call me in the morning. Мне никогда. Мы увидимся сегодня. So, are we meeting today? So, here you can see the question mark. So, the ending would be having a pitch higher. Мы увидимся сегодня. Конечно нет. Я очень устала. Давай завтра встретимся. Хорошо, пока. Пока. Конечно нет. So, of course not. So, you can use the expression конечно independently if you want to say of course, yes, and if you want to say of course not, then конечно нет. So, да, конечно нет. So, yes, of course, and of course not. So, depending upon the usage and the context, please remember this important expression as well. Я очень устала. I am very tired. Suppose if you want to conjugate the verb устать, which means to get tired, for a male, я устал. Она устала. Они устали. So, depending upon the context and the gender, please use the verb accordingly. Давай, завтра встретимся. Let's meet tomorrow. Встретиться means to meet. Хорошо, пока, пока. All right, see you, see. Идет шеф. So, the boss is coming. Chef is a word which we use in Russian to indicate chief, and chief actually means boss. Don't get it confused with the English word chef. Okay, so there are certain cognates, but there are certain other words which one should not be confused with. This is one of such word. Rita, что это такое? What is this? For in Russian, this is also again very oftenly used expression. Что это такое? Which means what is this? У вас все время занят телефон. Your phone is always busy. Your phone is busy all the time. Некоторые клиенты мне позвонили и сказали, что к вам не дозвониться. A few clients called me, some clients called me and told me that to call you, call is not going through. So, here you can see that we have used the verbs звонить in past tense form, мне звонили, because it is in plural, клиенты. Сказали from the verb сказать, it means to say, said, because it is in past tense. Что к вам не дозвониться, that it calling you through is not possible, the phone is not going through. Все время этот телефон занят. All the time this particular phone is busy. Как можно так работать? How to work like that? So, here you can see that the boss is talking to Rita and saying that it is difficult to get the phone through. Some clients are calling and telling him that how to work like that. Извините, шеф, это больше не повторится. So, извините, as you know, since she is talking to her boss, so she has used the expression извините, excuse me or sorry, boss. Это больше не повторится. This will not happen again. So, this is again a very important expression. Повторится, не повторится. This will not happen again. Это больше не повторится. Шеф уходит, через несколько секунд опять звонит телефон. Шеф уходит, через несколько секунд опять звонит телефон. So, the boss leaves or goes away, And after a few seconds, the phone rings again. Allo Rita, это Сулабха. Ох, привет, Сулабха, какой сюрприз. Когда ты приехала из Индии? So now the friend of Rita, her name is Sulabha, Indian, calling, and Och, привет, Sulabha. So, oh, this is an exclamation. So that is why you can just understand how to construct the sentence with oh. Привет, Sulabha. Какой сюрприз. Hello, Sulabha. What a surprise, surprise. Когда ты приехала из Индии? When did you came back from India? Приехала, came back. Is India. So, откуда is India? From where is India? So, that is why while using the expression is, please pay attention to the ending of the noun, like in this case India changes into Inji. Suppose if from Australia, then is Australia. If Russia is Russia. If America is America, because America, America, Australia, Australia, Russia, Russia. And suppose if you want to use any the word or a noun for a nation, masculine gender. So, suppose if you want to construct a sentence with the name of a nation of the masculine gender, and Atkud Ana Priyakhala, suppose Bangladesh. Ana Priyakhala is Bangladesh. Suppose Nepal is Nepal. From Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan, then is Kazakhstan, is Uzbekistan. So, like this, depending upon the ending of that particular noun, use is and then change accordingly. However, whenever we use is and at, we use them in the genitive case. Now, let's go ahead. Сегодня утром и только сейчас звонишь. Ох, привет, Сулабха, какой сюрприз, когда ты приехала из Индии? So here you can see that she is very surprised to get a call from her friend Sulabha, and she is saying, what a surprise, какой сюрприз. So surprise is also a cognate. In Russian we call it surprise. Когда ты приехала из Индии? When did you came back from India? So she is asking a question. That is why the intonation is important here. Сегодня утром, today morning, и только сейчас звонишь, and you are calling right now, and you are calling only now, she is saying, and that is why you can see that we have the exclamation mark. Нет, дорогая, у тебя все время телефон занят. No dear, your phone was busy all the time. Я с утра набираю номер. So набирать номер means to dial a number. This is again a very important expression. You can remember that. Твоего телефона, но не смогла дозвониться. Your number, but I could not get through. Да, просто много работ в офисе. Yes, too much work at office. Просто, it's an expression which we use to indicate simply. Да, просто много работ в офисе. Simply, too much work at the office. So, много in genitive case, работа changes into работ. So, after много, mala, change the noun into plural form in the genitive case, which you must have learned in the dedicated modules of the case system. Давай увидимся сегодня вечером. Давай увидимся сегодня вечером. Я привезла кое-то для тебя и хочу рассказать об Индии. So let's meet in the evening. I have brought привезла from the привезти verb into past tense form. That is why to bring changes into I have brought кое-что, something для тебя, for you, и хочу рассказать об Индии. I want to narrate or say about India. And since in предложный падеж, whenever we use the about, you can see that whenever the next noun or the word starts with the vowel E, it changes into ob. That is why obinjia, obinji, abantone. So, like this, please remember when and how to use these predlops. Sudavoestviyam, with pleasure. Ya pridu srazu posle rabudi. I will come soon after the work. So, Sudavoestviyam is again a very popular expression in Russian. You please remember this, which means with pleasure. Ya pridu srazu posle rabudi. I shall come soon after the work. So, srazu, there is a very important expression in Russian. Srazu means soon or right after the work. Встретимся около входа в метро Юго-Западная и потом пойдем в кино. Хорошо? So, here you can see that she is saying that we shall meet adjacent to the entry of the metro Юго-Западная и потом пойдем в кино, and then we shall go to the movie. Alright, so хорошо in this case is okay, alright, in place of good. Хорошо, дорогая, пока до вечера. Alright dear, see you till the evening. Whenever in Russian we use the expression the, it means till. That is why you see we have used it до встречи, до свидания, до вечера, до завтра. So, like this, whenever we use the, which means till, and then we use the genitive and rules of the grammar for genitive case. That is why вечер, вечера, до свидания, свидание changes into свидания, завтра, до завтра, and встреча, до встречи, до встречи. Шеф приходит мимо, Рита сразу открывает папки и начинает работать. So, шеф приходит мимо. So, this word приходит мимо means comes, walks around. Rita сразу, Rita quickly, сразу, открывает, opens the file, papki, from the word papka, which means file. Papki means several files. И начинает работать, and starts working. Начинает from the verb начинать, to begin, to start. Через минуту звонит телефон, и бедная Рита опять говорит по телефону. After minutes, the telephone rings again, and the poor Rita again talks on the phone. So, this is the story of Rita, who always on the phone, her phone is always busy. Many people call her, tell her that she's always unreachable since her phone is busy. She talks to her friends, to mother, she often talks to her friend Nina, and then the entire life is revolving around the telephone. That is why very aptly the title of the text, Телефон принадлежит женщинам, which means telephone belongs to the ladies, is very appropriate here in this particular context. However, you can see that many other expressions which have been used in this text are relevant to all of us, as most of us are very busy and often talk to people over the phone. That is why you have to understand the importance of such conversations, as well as note down the important words, word combinations, expressions, as well as verbs in their present, past and future conjugations. With the help of all these, you will be able to make a variety of different sentences in simple, interrogative, affirmative. So, whenever you want to narrate about something, you have to rely upon many different things. The most important of all these is the verb. how to use the verb correctly and then how to use them in the conjugated form is very important. Then understanding the verb, in which case does the verb is being used. Then knowledge about nouns, pronouns, then the knowledge about adverbs, then the knowledge about how to express the meaning through these different expressions, and then finally construct your different sentences. So, this was all about these different people who are talking over the phone and their life. Now, let us pay attention to a few questions. As you know that the most popular and most oftenly found question in all the texts is Kak nazivается текст, and it is from the verb називаться, which means known as, how the text is known as, or what is the name of the text. And кто спрашивает Нину по телефону, who is asking Nina over the telephone. Что делает Nina в это время, what Nina is doing during this time. So, most of the questions, if you pay attention very carefully, they are very simple sentences. The questions would be answered in these sentences. As you can go through the text carefully, underline important word combinations, sentences, and then try to answer in the same style as we have asked you, which means in the particular case. So, depending upon that important aspect of these questions, you will be able to answer them very easily. At the same time, you would be able to understand the nuances of the grammar. I hope you all enjoyed this text very much. We shall be bringing a few more interesting texts in our upcoming modules. Thank you.